Celebrations are on in full swing. Goddess Durga has emerged victorious over the anti-gods. Lord Ram has defeated Ravan with the blessings of Durga. People have joined in the festivities over the past 5 days. At the same time, however, they are preparing to bid farewell to Ma, who must now retreat to her marital home after being in the midst of mortals. There is no other festival that comes close for a Bengali. Not even the World Cup of football. Months of preparation, right from the making of the idols to waking up to the familiar chant of Mohalaya on the radio as people begin their festive season, are ending in an instant. It will all come back next year, but Bishurjan is a time of sadness, a time to reflect on our lives as the year winds to a close. Faith will keep us going, but the very soil that she rises from, she returns to it, leaving behind her blessings. This relationship with the soil is best seen in Koikhali in the Sundarbans. Far removed from the material pleasures of city life, the residents are deeply rooted to their earthly possessions.
দাঁত বেরি করো না, দাঁত আছে ওই দেখি কতগুলো দাঁত।
এটা একটু হলদে দেখছি রংটা, মাটিটা কি অন্য?
নৌকেতে আমাদের মাঠের চিহ্ন রয়ে গেছে, যে কালারটা হয়ে গেছে সাদা কালার থেকে এখন সব ওই মানে
চাষ করার জন্য
জলে নামলে জলের একটা পচ থাকে, জলের পচটা এসে গেছে।
এদিকে আর্সেনিক আছে জলে?
হ্যাঁ, আর্সেনিক আছে।
আর্সেনিক আছে?
হ্যাঁ।
আমরা জলটা কি খান, ফুটিয়ে খান?
না, জল আমরা পানীয় জলটা খাই। জল
It is this soil that has shaped Koikhali's identity. From the baul songs to the rich harvest, to these children who grow up playing in the mud, water plays a central role in the daily life here. And yet, their hardships are balanced by the anchor of faith. We wanted to know more about this relationship that man has with the soil. What is it that evokes such devotion to mold these magnificent idols year after year? It brought us to the backyard of a now defunct cinema hall in a southern neighborhood of Delhi, where potters converge every year at the beginning of the Ratho Jatra to breathe life into these idols. Chala of various sizes are prepared. A wooden structure holding up the entire tableau depicting Durga's victory over the anti-gods. It all begins here, the rigorous process of turning mati into an idol worthy of reverence. The soil is washed and filtered. No grain should remain, so that not a single undulation is observed when it is finally applied on the figure made out of hay. Once washed, the mati is beaten and made into unburnt clay, which then reaches the artisans shaping the idol, taking the form of mrinmui. The refined soil, once in the hands of the potter, will be shaped to become a lifelike idol with his steady hand. Molds are only a part of idol making. The kumar makes it come alive. Every detail, every sinew of the body is made just so. A skeleton structure is first created out of bamboo called kathamo, on which the figure is shaped with the use of khor and shutuli. Several generations of potters have perfected this art of morphing the soil into these wonderfully crafted pratima.
হাত নিচু করে ঝুলব উপরে
The Kumars of Kumartuli will immerse themselves over these 2 months in their creation, just like their deity will over the first 10 days of the month of Ashin. Kumartuli, a northern suburb of Kolkata, serves as a hotbed for Kumars, specializing in the making of these idols, traveling all over the country to make Durga's Pratima in all shapes and sizes. It looks as though the roles have been reversed. We are said to have been created in the image of our gods, but it is now the created who is making his creator. It is a relationship best experienced with the potter hard at work. Every strike of his chisel enhances that image, not a single detail spared. It is fascinating to watch the process, to the point where even Durga looks to be mesmerized and in conversation with him. You put your life on hold for so long, leaving behind your family and work, just to give me the form I gave you. You don't even keep me with you. I will be shipped off to various places where so many of you will worship me. You give your day and night to make me. What do you get by doing this? Such is the level of care exercised by the Kumar that it reaches ironical proportions. A Protima here is guarded by the traditional evil eye remover, lemon and chilies, to ward off anyone who wishes ill upon a god. A filling lunch to complement a long day shift, and the potters converge for an afternoon break.
তুই তো ছোট্ট আমার এতখানি শুয়ে তো ভাগ্নে ফিরে গেলে
রাত হইছো ওইদিকে সাইড করে শোনা
মামাটাই যায় না বড় আছে আরে গা ঠেকলে আমাদের মশাই খাবে
না খাবে না
বললো বলি হয়
কার
দয়ালে
ঘুমাচ্ছে না তো এদিক ওদিক আয় বাইরে কাটি দিচ্ছে
কি করছো
এখন কাচাকুচি করি উঠলো আর চান করবে করি খাবে
আমার টাইমে চান ধান করছে যাবে দিয়ে আর ঘুমাবে না দেখবে শরীর খারাপ।
For the potters, though, life won't be easy for the next 2 months. Durga Puja marks the onset of autumn, which means Kumars go through the rigors of idol making in the middle of monsoon, always on guard against the rain and everything else that comes with it.
ज्वालाया ज्वाला ज्वाला प्रज्वला प्रज्वला ऐं ह्रीं क्लीं चामुण्डाय विच्चे ज्वाला हम सम लं शम फट स्वाहा.
Making the idol in a specific form has tantric connotations too. Medieval Sanskrit meditation verses provide exact details of the idol's image, putting the deity in the body of the worshipper.
হ্যালো এদিকে চলে এসছে মনে হচ্ছে পুরো বেরিয়ে চলে আসছে হাতটা বেরিয়ে চলে এসছে এখন আরে চিত্র লম্বা লাগছে হাতটা তুলনায় এই হাতটা একটু মাখো তো একটা সাইড হচ্ছে আঙুল আছে বাবা
By the time the potter nears completion, he seems to have the answer to the question the goddess had. Sharanya, you inspire us to get rid of all evil within. I merely give you form. While the potters rest far away, it is business as usual, even back home. Like many neighborhoods, Kumartuli is one such microcosm which artisans and potters have made their own since the 18th century. What began as a town of potters making little clay pots became a thriving model for idol making. Not only idols, but artisans from here are exported throughout the country and wherever the expat community has spread into the world. Life here, however, continues to be the same, where skills are handed down from generation to generation. Set up on the banks of the Hooghly River, potters found their early inspiration in the clay from the river bank. Easy to mold and refine, the Kumars took a liking to it. And once demands began to come in from the Bengali elite back in the day, business picked up and it has reached a level where every household is immersed in that soft clay from the river. Some estimates term Durga Puja to be the biggest art festival in the world. And a walk through the streets of Kumartuli indicates just that in the days leading up to it. There is enormous interest in idol making, as can be determined from the various shapes and sizes they are made to order. But the lure of quick money in such quick turnaround times has not interfered in the making of the Pratima. Two months before Durga Puja mean little adjustments in space, but nothing that can dampen the spirits.
वक्त फ्लो कबड्डी हर रात 8:15 बजे सिर्फ ट्रांसपोर्ट और स्टार गोल्ड पर।
সিটি গোল্ডের স্বর্ণ বর্ষা
500 টাকার গয়না কিনুন 1 গ্রাম থেকে 1 কেজি সোনা জিতুন।
For some, it is second nature, as the idols are shaped not with the eye, but out of muscle memory.
কোথায় পালাবে তুই? কোথায়? কত দূর পালাবে ও? কত দূর আমার হাতের মুঠো থেকে? কোথায় কোথায় পালাবে ও? কোন পাতালে লুকোবে? আমি সমস্ত আকাশ পাতাল লণ্ডভণ্ড করে দেব।
The expression, God is everywhere, never felt so close to reality than it does here.
রূপপতি কোথায়?
Back in Delhi, though, Manikda is having to contend with issues post the making of the idols.
আমি তাই বলছি ওর মনে এরকম হবে না তো। কত ভালো কলকা দিয়েছে, এই কলকা ভালো কলকা, জমজমাট কলকা আছে।
রূপর কোনটা তাই যে
এটার উপর পেটি নাই, তপনদার পেটি সব, তপনদার সব এই সব 8 বাংলা মাল।
ছোট সাজ এতে লাগিয়ে দে, দরকার নেই, যা খুলেছিস লাগিয়ে দে।
হ্যাঁ এই মাল সব লাগিয়ে দে।
হ্যাঁ ছোট সাজ,
পুরো খারিজ বাড়ি বলে কিছুই তো নেই।
রূপর সাজগুলোকে রূপকে আগে বলো, বল তোমার গয়নার পুঁতি কোথায় গেল? তুমি কি নতুন সাজ করছো?
গয়না পুঁতি দেওয়ার কথা আছে
তো গয়না পুঁতি আর বছর দেওয়া আছে, প্রতিবারই দেয়।
প্রতিবার দেয় কথা গয়না তো সবার দিন
গয়নায় পুঁতি কোথায়? তোমার হাঁসুলিতে, আমলেটে আর বছরের মালে সব পুঁতি আছে, এবার পুঁতি কোথায়? তুমি কি টাকা তো প্রতি বছর বাড়াচ্ছি তোমাকে, আমি না বাড়াচ্ছি না।
এগুলো তো চালু মালের তো।
হ্যাঁ বলে এই সাজ তো আমি হাজার 20 টাকায় 25 টাকায় কিনবো আমি।
এই মালে মাল মাল নাই, এগুলো 25 টাকা।
সব ব্যবসা আলাদা করতে হবে, না ব্যবসা করলে হবে না।
কাকে বিশ্বাস করবো না?
ওই ব্যবসা করতে হবে, নিজে মাল কিনে ওখান থেকে ট্রান্সফার করে পাঠিয়ে দিতে হবে, 5 দিন ওর পেছনে ঘুরতে হবে।
ওর সঙ্গে তো 5 বছর ধরে মাল দিচ্ছি তো, 3-4 বছর ধরে স্যাম্পল মাল তো এখানে রয়েছে। তাহলে এই মালের সঙ্গে আর এই মালের সঙ্গে এরকম হবে কেন? এই যে মাল তো ওই তো একই তো মাল, ওরই তো মাল।
ও সেটটাকে রেখে দিতে হবে, নিয়ে যেতে হবে বাড়িতে,
মাল
দোকানে সেট নিয়ে গিয়ে এবার
নিয়ে যাবো, ওটা নিয়ে গিয়ে দেখাবো যে
হ্যাঁ। যা পিঙ্কু চলে গেল আজকে,
কালকে সাজটা খুলতে ফুললি পেটিটা ভালো হয়েছে, একখানা মাল দিয়ে পাঠাবি, এই মাল করে পাঠাও।
The idol has begun to take its final form. The clay sets, allowing them to apply 2 more coats of khorimati before painting each idol in traditional gold and scarlet. Mohalaya is upon us. Mohalaya will mark the occasion of Chokhudan, an auspicious ritual where the eyes are drawn into the idols, literally translating into an eye donation. Different skills are undertaken by various artists while making the idol. Some refine the soil for use, the others lay out the wooden frames. The structure is made by some, others apply the clay over it before an artisan expertly carves the details with his tools. And then the painter's rock-steady hand draws the final image as it takes its form.
বর্ডারগুলো একটু কালো করে দেবো, মানে কারণ আসছে, কারণ আমি ছিলাম না 1 সপ্তাহ।
Once the idols are taken to their respective puja pandals, the artisans will return to their quarters. Their exquisite works will adorn homes and temples and grand public spaces as worshippers will summon their deepest admiration. Tradition and modern ways of life intertwine here as the idols make their way into their home for the duration of the puja. And while a new generation ushers in another season of celebration, the Ghosh Badi can only remember its glorious past through its decaying walls. A grand setting for annual festivities for over 2 centuries, rising expenses has meant that the Ghosh Badi has not been able to continue with its tradition. Life, however, goes on even here. Durgotsav is to Bengal what the carnival is to Rio de Janeiro. The beats of the dhak begin to reverberate throughout Kolkata and other parts of Bengal as the attention shifts from one art form to another. The modest dhaki, thin and frail, dons a dhuti and photua, pulls the string across his shoulder and slips into a familiar groove to the beat of his dhak. She is in all her glory, all her 10 hands armed with an array of weapons, while the anti-god Mohishashur lies on her feet with a spear through his chest. Elaborate pandals adorn the cityscape, pulling in hundreds and thousands to pay obeisance to their deity. Commerce is an important part of modern-day festivities, but it is still faith and a deep sense of community that governs footfall in these parts. 5 days of revelry, scrumptious bhog, evenings steeped in tradition of aroti and dhunuchi nach to the feverish beat of the dhak pass by in a daze. What began as the Kumartuli potters' means of existence and survival, the idols have quite literally lived among mortals, witnessing celebrations held in their honor. But now is the time to return, blend into the soil that was molded into her shape.
অত্যন্তপূর্বক সর্ব শুভার্থে সর্ব সুখার্থে সর্ব রোগব্যাধি নাশ লাভ কামনায় সর্ব সুমনোগত অবিষ্ট সিদ্ধ লাভ কামনায় সর্ব মনোবাঞ্ছা পূর্ণ লাভ কামনায় ধনধান্য অতুল ঐশ্বর্য লাভ কামনায় ধর্ম অর্থ মোক্ষ কাম চতুর্বর্গ সিদ্ধ লাভ কামনায়।
She leaves with a promise to return among us next year. We make our promises too, to learn from the lessons she imparts through her victory. The potters of Kumartuli will keep the end of their promise as well, to bring her back to life through the fine touch of their hands, to breathe life into mud, bamboo and hay, which will become the flesh and bone of a goddess on earth.